Okay, ma. Today we have to be discussed problems, PN junction, GNR diode. Okay. So see the problem. If drift velocity of holes, if drift velocity of holes under field gradient of 100 volts per centimeter is 5 meters per second, what is the mobility? So this is the question. What is the mobility? So here we want to find out mobility. What they given? So they given to us electric field V is equal to 100 volts per centimeter. Drift velocity. How much they given to us drift velocity? Vd is equal to 5 meters per second. What we want to find out? What is the mobility? So that indicates mu, how much. So this is the question to us. So what is the relationship between VDE and mu? We know very well. VD is equal to mobility into electric field. So what we want to find out? Mu. We know VD and E. So that's why mu is equal to VD by E. So what is the value? VD upon E. What is the value of VD? 5 meters per second by 100 volts per centimeter. So here we want to convert, here centimeter is there. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So that's why 5 centimeter per second when it will be multiplied with 100 by 100 volt per centimeter. So how much we will get? So mobility mu is equal to mobility mu is equal to 5. So here centimeter square by volt second. So this is the value of mobility. So now next question. The carrier mobility in a semiconductor is the carrier mobility in a semiconductor is 0.4 meter square per volt second. Find the diffusion constant. Find the diffusion constant at 300 degrees Kelvin. So this is the question. So here they given to us mobility mu. Carrier mobility in a semiconductor is like that they given to us. So that is mobility mu. Mu is equal to 0.4 meter square per volt second. Diffusion constant. What we want to find out? Find the diffusion constant. How much? So here we don't know this one is N type or P type. According to Einstein relation, According to Einstein relation, D by mu is equal to Vt. So Vt is thermal voltage. So we know very well D is equal to Vt into mu. We know mu. What is the mu value? 0.4 meter square upon volt second into 26 millivolts. So how much we get? 10.4 into 10 power minus 3 meter square upon volt second. So this is the diffusion constant. So similar manner, now we want to find out gate question 1995. This question given to us 1995. The question is, in a p-type silicon, in a p-type silicon sample, the whole concentration is 2.25 into 10 power 15 per centimeter cube. The intrinsic carrier concentration is is 1.5 into 10 power 10 per centimeter cube. The electron concentration is they given is dash. So they given the options 0, 10 power 10, 10 power 5 per centimeter cube, 1.5 into 10 power 25 per centimeter cube. So these are the options. So this is given to 1995. The question is 1995. So here we know mass action law is used to find the minority carrier concentration. According to mass action law, N into P is equal to square of intrinsic concentration. So here N is equal to Ni square by square of intrinsic concentration by P. We know intrinsic concentration value. How much? So this is 1.5 . So this is 1.5 into 10 power 10. So 1.5 into 10 power 10 square by P. So whole concentration they given to us. The whole concentration is 2.25 into 10 power 15. The whole concentration is 2.25 into 10 power 15. So what we get? The square, when we do the square, what is the value we get is 2.25 into 10 power 20 per centimeter 6 by 2.25 into 10 power 15 per centimeter cube. So 2.25, what we get the final answer is 10 power 5. So 20, 15, so 10 power 5 per centimeter cube. So this is the answer. So next question. The intrinsic carrier density at 300 degrees Kelvin is 1.5 into 10 power 10 per centimeter. In silicon, for n-type silicon doped to 2.25 into 10 power 15 atoms per centimeter cube. The equilibrium electron and hole concentration is what? Electron and hole concentration is what? So in this, this question is 1997. So Ni is how much? 1.5 into 10 power 10 per centimeter cube. Dopant atom. Nd is how much? N-type silicon doped to. N-type silicon doped to. So this is 2.25 into 10 power 15 atoms per centimeter cube. So dopant atoms Nd is equal to 2.25 into 10 power 15 atom per centimeter cube. By equilibrium, electron and hole concentration. By equilibrium, electron and hole concentration, how much? So, silicon doped with phosphorus, that is N-type, doped with boron, that is P-type. So, phosphorus means what? Phosphorus atom donate one electron. So, that's why the total number of electrons N is equal to 2.25 into 10 power 15 atom per centimeter cube. So here N is equal to Nd, number of charge carriers. So we want to find out P. N is equal to Nd, we know Nd. So we want to find out P. P is equal to Ni square by N. So substitute Ni value. What is the Ni value? So Ni is 1.5 into 10 power 10 per centimeter cube. So when it is squared, 2.25 into 10 power 20 per centimeter 6 by n. N value is this one, 2.25 into 10 power 15. 2.25 into 10 power 15 per centimeter cube. What we get the answer? So 2.25 here same. 10 to the power of 20, 10 to the power of 15. What you get? 10 power 5 per centimeter cube. So you have to be observed. So here also we get same thing, same relation. But this question is 1995. So this question is 1997. What he taken concept is same, but the asking of question is different. Okay. So next one. In 1987, in an intrinsic semiconductor, the free electron concentration depends on. So this question is 1987 2 marks question. So they are asking the options: effective mass of electrons only, effective mass of electrons only, effective mass of holes only, temperature of the semiconductor, the last option, width of the forbidden energy band, width of the forbidden energy band of the semiconductor. So what is the answer? Temperature of the semiconductor. So how can you say this is the answer? This is 2 marks question. So by mass action law, N into P is equal to Ni square. So Ni is intrinsic concentration, P is hole concentration, N is electron concentration. So it is proportional to T cube. So Ni is T is 3 by 2. For intrinsic semiconductor, we know very well N is equal to P is equal to Ni. So here Ni is proportional to T power 3 by 2. So that means it will be depends on temperature of the semiconductor. Okay, so next topic, PN junction diode. We know very well PN junction diode. So first of all, we must know the fundamentals for that. After that, we go for PN junction, unbiased condition, forward bias condition, reverse bias condition. So why the name is diode? Why the name is diode? Whenever device having two terminals, that is device having two terminals is called a diode. Suppose the device having three terminals, what it is called? Device having three terminals, it is called triode. What are the examples for triode? BJT, SCR, FET. Suppose the device having four terminals, what it is called? Device having four terminals, it is called tetrode. Examples: SES means silicon control switch. So now diode is a active device or passive device? Diode is a active device or passive device? Tell me. Diode is an active device or passive device? It is a passive device. So normally diode cannot produce any voltage. So diode is a passive device. So diode used as switch resistor. So diode is a unipolar or bipolar device. Unipolar or bipolar device. Unipolar or bipolar device. So I am not asking direction. Diode is a unipolar or bipolar device. It is a bipolar device. It is a bipolar device. Why it is bipolar device? Bipolar means current conduction due to two types of charge carriers is called bipolar device. Current conduction due to two types of charge carriers is called as bipolar device. So unipolar, we know very well, FET is a unipolar device. So in that current conduction due to only majority carriers. So that's why FET is a unipolar device. Diode is a bipolar device. So one diode is there, that is unipolar diode. What is that diode? One diode is there, that is unipolar diode. What is that diode? The diode is Schottky diode. Schottky diode is a unipolar diode. Unipolar device. So here the current due to only electrons. So it is a unipolar. Schottky, only one diode is unipolar. So that is Schottky diode. So here the current due to only electrons. Diode is unidirectional or bidirectional? Now I am asking directional. So that's why diode is unidirectional. Diode is unidirectional. So here diode is a switch resistor. It is a bipolar device. What is the symbol of diode? So this is the symbol of diode. Anode, cathode. So why symbol is like this only? Means in electronics we follow the current is conventional current. Diode construction is how it is, the construction is, so this is p type material, so this one is n type. So holes move from p side to n side, so that is conventional. The current direction is like this, so that's why, so the symbol is like this. What is this? Why it will be? It will block, the current will not flow cathode to anode. So it is block the cathode current, cathode to anode. Next one. Diode is a controlled device or uncontrolled device? Diode is a controlled device or uncontrolled device? It is a uncontrolled device. Why? Because when it is in forward bias, we are not stop that current flowing. Suppose it is SCR, it will be stopped whenever we want. When we triggered, then only it will be on or off. It is in our hand. But in diode, we don't do like that. So that's why diode is a uncontrolled device. So finally, diode is a two-terminal. Diode is a two-terminal passive bipolar uncontrolled electronic device. So these are the basics, very important. Uncontrolled electronic device. where we can be used diodes, rectified circuit, clippers and clampers, resistors, function generators. In that places we use the diodes. So now PN junction diode unbiased condition. PN junction diode unbiased condition. So we know very well when we taken as one silicon wafer. So one side we give pentavalent impurity concentration. So that is N type. One side tetravalent impurity concentration is dope. So that is P type. So whenever we dope like that, metallurgical junction will be formed. Metallurgical junction will be formed. Here in P type, majority carriers are holes. N type, majority carriers are electrons. Minority carriers are electrons. Minority carriers are holes. So here, because of P type, here immobile ions, negative immobile ions are formed. Here positive immobile ions are formed. So holes is there. How many holes are there? It is equivalent to negative ions. So in N type, how many electrons are there? So that is equivalent to positive ions. So in P type, minority carriers are electrons. In N type, minority carriers are holes. When we prepare PN junction in metallurgical PN junction in metallurgical junction, immediately it will be formed depletion layer. Immediately it will be formed depletion layer. So here placed immobile ions. Immediately depletion layer will be formed. So this region is called depletion region. This region is called depletion region, space charge region, transition region or transition region. So what is depletion region means? So mobile charge carriers depleted away. It is not there. Mobile charge carriers depleted away. So that's why it is called depletion region. So this depletion region acts as a barrier. It will not allow to flow of holes. So P side to N side and electrons N side to P side. So the order of depletion region is 0.5 micrometers. So that is here barrier height. How much barrier height? Barrier height means not a distance, it is a potential. Barrier height means it is not a distance, it is a potential. So this barrier height is 0.7 volts for silicon, 0.3 volts for germanium. 0.7 volts for silicon, 0.3 volts for germanium. So actually what happened when depletion region will be formed? So that means, so this is the depletion region. Here holes are there. Here electrons are there. So it opposes to flow the holes to electrons to holes. So that's why what you want. So we want to suppress this height. Okay. So at that time what you want to do? So that will be given for built-in potential. So when we give a built-in potential, so it opposes. It will not allow the flow of holes to electrons, electrons to holes. So that built-in potential VBI is equal to VT natural logarithm of ND Na by Ni square. So donor concentration, acceptor concentration, Ni is intrinsic concentration. So this intrinsic concentration temperature dependent. So this barrier potential depends on temperature. This barrier potential depends on temperature. When temperature increases, barrier potential decreases. How much it will be decreases? VBI will be decreases by 2.5 millivolts per degree centigrade. So dVBI by dt, how much? It is a minus. Minus means it is decreases. So that's why minus 2.5 millivolts per degree centigrade. That means every rise in 1 degree centigrade, it reduces minus 2.5 millivolts. So diode is unbiased. We are not given any battery for that. So it is unbiased. What is the current? The current diode is unbiased. The current is 0. The current is 0. Why? Because majority carrier cross in the junction is equal to minority carriers cross in the junction. So that means diffusion current is equal to drift current. So that's why in unbiased condition current is 0. Now PN junction diode forward biased. So forward biased means what? So for silicon wafer, third group of elements are dope. P-type will be formed. Fifth group of a doped N-type is formed. So here majority carriers are holes. Here majority carriers are electrons. Minority carriers are electrons. Here minority carriers are holes. So these are the immobile ions depletion region. So P-type is connected to positive terminal. N-type is connected to negative terminal, is called forward bias. So here applied voltage, positive terminal of battery connected to P-type. So negative terminal of battery is connected to N-type. Applied voltage reduces this applied voltage reduces the barrier effect. When it will be reduces the barrier effect? This voltage exceeds the barrier voltage. Electrons diffuse move to N side to P side, P side to N side. In P-type, electrons are minority carriers. Those are called injected minority carriers. So, in this, so when electrons will come this side to this side, so these electrons are called injected minority carriers. So already in P-type, electrons are minority carriers. But when N side to P side some electrons will come, that electrons is called injected minority carriers. Injected. So it will be come from another place. Injected minority carriers. In this side, holes are injected minority carriers. So N type, holes are injected minority carriers. So in P type, electrons are majority carriers. Those are called injected minority carriers. In N side, holes are minority carriers. Those are called injected minority carriers. In forward bias PN junction diode, current is due to mainly diffusion current. In forward bias condition, current is due to mainly diffusion current. So already we discussed. So actually we have one doubt. Here we given battery. So that is called drift current, like that we discussed in previous class. Why it is diffusion current means, here we applied voltage is only for reduce the barrier height. So we reduce this height only, not for because of this. So these are ready to move from this side to this side. Okay, so that's why in PN junction diode is current is due to mainly diffusion current. Diffusion current. Because we applied voltage is only for reduce the barrier height. So current is due to diffusion. So here, suppose in PN junction diode forward bias, some problem is given. PN junction diode, it is a forward bias. Voltage is 10 volts. Reverse the voltage minus 10 volts. Reverse the voltage means, so it is 10 volts. Reverse the voltage minus 10 volts. At that time diode current is 5 milliamperes. Diode current is, how it is 5 milliamperes? So what they are asking, at T of 0 plus time, 10 volts. What is the diode current, like that they are asking. How can you say it is 5 milliamperes means? The current is 5 milliamperes. It will not suddenly changes. Minority carriers not go anywhere suddenly. Reverse bias. When we do the reverse bias, minority carriers will not zero. So that's why it is required time for recombination. So that's why it will not change the current. So in forward bias, current is due to majority carriers, that is diffusion current. Next one is characteristics. When voltage is greater than built-in potential, then only what happened? Current started to increase. So this is the voltage. So this is the current in milliamperes. So 0.7 volts for silicon. After that it will be started the current. So this is called, this 0.7 volts for silicon. So this is called cut-in voltage. Cut-in voltage V gamma, or knee voltage, or threshold voltage. So here, what is knee voltage, threshold voltage, or cut-in voltage? So knee voltage is defined as the forward voltage at which the current through the junction starts increasing rapidly. Here, current increasing rapidly. A diode is forward bias. Forward current increases very slowly in the beginning. Forward current increases very slowly in the beginning. So this is due to the fact that applied voltage is used to overcome the potential barrier. So that barrier is for silicon how much? 0.7. For germanium, 0.3 volts. So the knee voltage for silicon is 0.7. Germanium is 0.3 volts. When the applied voltage exceeds the knee voltage, the current start increasing rapidly. The current start increasing rapidly. What is the diode current equation? I is equal to diode current equation. I is equal to I naught into e power v by eta vt minus 1. So here I naught is reverse saturation current. I naught is reverse saturation current. V is applied voltage. Vt is, we know very well, volt equivalent of temperature. Eta, volt equivalent of temperature. What is the eta? Eta is equal to 1 for germanium, 2 for silicon. Here, suppose they are not given any value, at that time you have to be consider eta is equal to 1. Because ICs have, so we use ICs, so that's why in that eta is equal to 1. So they don't given any data, you taken as eta is equal to 1. In reverse bias, what happened? The diode current equation, this will be 0. So that's why I is equal to minus I naught. In reverse bias, current I is equal to minus I naught. So in forward bias, width of the depletion region is reduced. It acts like a closed switch. It offers low resistance. So in this diode in forward bias, it offers resistances. There are two types of resistances. Those are static resistance, dynamic resistance. In forward bias, it offers two resistances, static resistance and dynamic resistance. Static resistance and dynamic resistance. So what is the static resistance? Rs is equal to, we know very well, I is equal to V by R is equal to V by I. So this static resistance is also called as DC resistance. This dynamic resistance is also called as AC resistance. So Rs is equal to VDC by IDC, voltage by current. So this is normal. So what is dynamic resistance? So dynamic resistance is RD is equal to change in voltage to change in current. Change in voltage to change in current means in characteristics. So it will rapidly increases. So we have to be taken as this is voltage and this is current in milliamperes. Change in voltage to change in current we taken as. So that is RD is equal to dV by di. So when with the current equation I is equal to I naught into e power v by eta vt minus 1. With respect to v, differentiate it, we get the Rd is equal to eta vt by I. So here Rd is inversely proportional to I. So here dynamic resistance is depends on inversely proportional to the current. So normally it will be inversely. Why we discuss this one is eta is constant, Vt is constant. RD depends on inversely proportional to the current. So that's why we particularly specify this point. So RD is inversely proportional to the current. So eta is constant, Vt is constant. So one small problem for this dynamic resistance. For silicon PN junction, 5 volts forward bias, current is equal to 13 milliamperes. So 5 volts forward bias, for that current is equal to 13 milliampere. So ఇచ్చిన material ఏమి silica. What is the RD value? So what is the formula for RD? RD is equal to eta Vt by I. So generally 2 into Vt means don't take this 5 volts. Vt means we know very well 26 into 10 power 26 millivolts by 13 into 10 power minus 3. 13 ones are 13 twos are. So this is 4 ohms. RD value is 4 ohms. Now we want to do some problems. Gate related problems. So see the problem. In a uniformly doped, in a uniformly doped abrupt PN junction, abrupt PN junction, the doping level of the N side is 4 times the doping level of the P side. The ratio of the depletion layer width of N side versus P side is dash. N side versus P side is. So this question is 1990, 2 marks question. So this is related to width of the depletion layer problem. So N side doping is 4 times. So N side doping is 4 times the doping level of the P side. So that means ND is equal to 4 Na. So what is the relation? Xn Nd is equal to Xp Na. Layer width of the N side versus P side is Xn by Xp is equal to Na by Nd. We know Na by Nd ante what is Nd? 4Na. 4Na. Na get cancelled. 1 by 4 is 0.25. So this is 2 marks question in 1990. So next question. In an abrupt PN junction, the doping concentration on the P side and N side are Na is equal to 9 into 10 power 16 per centimeter cube and Nd is equal to 1 into 10 power 16, nothing but 10 power 16 per centimeter cube respectively. The PN junction is reverse biased. The PN junction is reverse biased. The total depletion width is total depletion width is 3 micrometers. The depletion width on the P side is the depletion width of the P side is. So this question is 2004 gate question. So previous case asking ratio, in this given Na, Nd width, but asking P side depletion region. P side depletion region. So here the width of the P side, the width of the P side is equal to total width into Nd by Na plus Nd. Total width into Nd upon Na plus Nd. We know what is the total width? 3 micrometers. So the total depletion width is 3 micrometers. So that's why the total width is equal to 3 micrometers into what is the Nd value? Nd is 1 into 10 power 16 per centimeter cube. Nothing but 10 power 16. 10 power 16 by Na is what? 9 into 10 power 16 plus 1 into 10 power 16. Nothing but 10 power 16. When we common the 10 power 16, what we get? Common for that 3 micrometers into 10 power 16 by 10 into 10 power 16. What we get? So this and this get cancelled. So 0.3 micrometers. So now you know the P side of the width. What is the width of the N side? Are you guess it? Yes, it is 2.7. Why? Because our total width is 3 micrometers. So minus of 3 minus 0.3 is 2.7. So this is the N side of width. They don't ask, but we have to guess it. So width of the N side is 2.7 micrometer. So the total width is 3 micrometers. What we get? P side width is 0.3 micrometers. So next question. So this is 2014 question. The donor and acceptor impurities, donor and acceptor impurities in an abrupt junction in an abrupt junction, silicon diode are 1 into 10 power 16 centimeter and 5 into 10 power 18 respectively. Assume that the intrinsic carrier concentration in silicon Ni is equal to 1.5 into 10 power 10 centimeter power minus 3 at 300 degrees Kelvin. At 300 degrees Kelvin, kT by Q is 26 millivolts, and the permittivity of silicon and the permittivity of silicon is 1.04 into 10 power minus 12. The built-in potential and the depletion width of the diode under thermal equilibrium conditions respectively are so 0.7 volts and 1 into 10 power minus 4 centimeters, 0.86 volts, same 0.7 volts, 3.3 into 10 power minus 5 centimeters, 0.86 volts and 3.3 into 10 power minus 5 centimeters. So this question is 2014 GATE question. So here they given to us donor ND is equal to 10 power 16 per centimeter cube. Acceptor Na is equal to 5 into 10 power 18 per centimeter cube. Intrinsic concentration Ni is equal to 1.5 into 10 power 10 centimeter cube. So kT by Q, that is nothing but Vt, is equal to 26 millivolts. Permittivity ఇచ్చారు epsilon silicon 1.04 into 10 power minus 12. So built-in potential, what we want to find out? So here before problems ratio కనుక్కోమన్నారు or one side width కనుక్కోమన్నారు. Here total width find out. We want to find out the total width in this problem. Same problem, question concept is same, way of asking question is different. So previous questions, first question is ratio, they are asking ratio, and another question is one side of width. Now this question is total width. So here built-in potential, what we want to find out? Built-in potential, how much, width how much. So what is the formula for built-in potential? V naught V naught is equal to Vt natural logarithm of Na Nd by Ni square. So here you have to see the given data Vt Na Nd Ni. So Nd Na Ni. So everything is there. So that's why we are able to find out the V naught. So move here. What is the width formula? Is equal to square root of 2 epsilon V naught by Q 1 by Na plus 1 by Nd. Na is higher than 2 higher than Nd. Na value is how much? 5 into 10 power 18. Nd is 10 power 16 donor. So Na is 2 higher. So that's why you neglect this one. So V naught you have to be find out here. Substitute here. Epsilon is there. Q 1 by Nd. So every value is there. 2 is constant. Epsilon given. V naught calculated. And you have to find out the width. So you have to find out width and do this problem. So now we are going to another problem. So that one related to temperature. So note down the problem. For that, a silicon PN junction is forward biased. A silicon PN junction is forward biased with a constant current. With a constant current at room temperature. When the temperature is increased by 10 degrees centigrade. The forward bias voltage the forward bias voltage across the PN junction is this question gate question 2011 across the PN junction 2011 question. So here VD is varying per degree centigrade. How much? In previous class we discussed. So just now we discussed 2.5 millivolts per degree centigrade minus 2.5 millivolts per degree centigrade. So VD will vary the 2.5 millivolts per degree centigrade. Total temperature variation is how much? 10 degree centigrade. So that forward bias voltage is degraded by, so how much it will be give? 25 millivolts minus 25 millivolts. So that is decreases by 25 millivolts. So next topic, Zener diode. Zener diode. So we know very well, in ordinary diode, doping concentration is 1 in 10 power 8 atoms. In case of Zener diode, so this is ordinary diode. Ordinary diode, the doping concentration is 1 in 10 power 8 atoms. In Zener diode, the doping concentration is 1 in 10 power 5 atoms. 1 in 10 power 5 atoms. In tunnel diode, in case of tunnel diode, 1 in 10 power 3 atoms. So it has, tunnel diode has high doping concentration. So what is the purpose of doping concentration? The width of the depletion region is reduced. When it will be increases, doping concentration is increases, the width of the depletion region reduced. So this is ordinary diode, it has barrier width. So it is in Zener diode, so that width will be reduced. It is in tunnel diode, so very less. So because tunneling will be happen. Okay. So the width of the depletion region is reduced. For Zener diode, the symbol of Zener diode is, so what we know the diode symbol, so that will be Z, small change. So this is the symbol of Zener diode. What is the speciality of Zener diode? So Zener diode operates always in reverse bias only. What is the specialty for Zener diode? It operates always in reverse bias only. So what happen? It will be operates in reverse bias. So forward bias, it will be acts as a normal PN junction diode. In reverse bias, it has sharp breakdown. It has sharp breakdown. So what is the advantage for Zener diode? It has sharp breakdown. So it is used as voltage regulator. Regulator means it's maintain constant voltage. In forward bias, there is no difference ordinary diode and Zener diode. In characteristics. In reverse bias, it has sharp breakdown. So because of that, Zener diode is used as voltage regulator. So the regulator means it maintain constant voltage. So here in Zener diode, this is the resistor. This one is Vi. So this is Vz. This one is load resistance RL. So load means cell phones, light. So it will be load. So when it is voltage is constant, so we will be access a voltage regulator. So it will be maintain constant voltage. Suppose voltage across the load must be constant. Zener diode supply voltage more than the breakdown voltage. One condition, it must be carry the minimum Zener current. So these two are the sharp breakdown advantages. So here we have to be observed Vz is equal, suppose Vz is equal to 5 volts. So here the input voltage is 6 volts. So Vz is 5 volts. What happened remaining 1 volt? So drop will be happen. Okay. Suppose input voltage is 3 volts. So what is GNR voltage? Not for 5 volts. It is 3 volts only. When it will be greater than input voltage is greater than the GNR voltage, then only it will be acts as a voltage regulator. Okay. So what is the voltage is there? That voltage is there when it is minimum voltage. So when it is greater than that voltage, so GNR will be maintained constant. So GNR diode used in clippers and clampers, meter protection. So GNR diode operate in breakdown region only. GNR diode operate in breakdown region only. So in GNR diode reverse bias, what happened? Dynamic resistance low or high? Generally ordinary diode high resistance, but in GNR diode, so it is a low resistance. Why? Because in GNR breakdown, so we will be, what is the formula for dynamic resistance? Change in voltage by change in current. Okay, so here the change in voltage is very less. So 0.1 by 10 nano amperes. So this is nano amperes. So change in voltage, change in current. So that is very less, 0.1 by 10 nano amperes. So 0.01. So small. So in GNR diode reverse bias, what is the dynamic resistance value? It is low value. In ordinary diode, it is a high value. What happened in ordinary diode? In ordinary diode, so the difference of voltage is, suppose for example 4 minus 2, 2 by, the current is 0.1. How much it will be get? 20 mega ohms. So that's why in ordinary diode reverse bias, dynamic resistance is high. In GNR diode, dynamic resistance is low. So GNR diode acts as a voltage regulator. So GNR regulator circuit. GNR diode. So standard GNR regulator circuit. So how it is the GNR regulator circuit is? Been so this is the GNR voltage. This is load resistance RL. So this one is IZ. This one is IL. This is RS. This is V in. Here flow of current is I. So see here, this is the standard GNR regulator circuit. So for example, here input voltage V in, current will flow here. Current will be deviated IZ and IL. So for example, 10 members are there. So when here 9 members are going, here 1 member is go. So that just like totally it is 10. So when it is maximum, IL is minimum. So this is VZ. So this is the standard circuit. When we apply Kirchhoff voltage law, Kirchhoff voltage law applied, what is V in is V in is equal to I into Rs, I into Rs plus Vz. This is Vz. So, what is current? Current is equal to IL plus IZ. IL plus IZ. So, this is equation number 1. This is equation number 2. From equation number 1, what we are able to find out? From equation number 1, we are able to find out the current. From equation 1, we have to find out the current. V in minus Vz by Rs. V in minus Vz by Rs. So load GNR maximum current flow అవ్వాలి. లోడ్ వేరియబుల్ అప్పుడు GNR maximum current flow అవ్వాలి. సో RL వేరియబుల్ అయినప్పుడు RL maximum ఉండాలి, కరెంటు మినిమం ఉండాలి. సో వెన్ లోడ్ వేరియబుల్ అయినప్పుడు GNR వాల్యూ మ్యాక్సిమము కరెంట్ ఫ్లో అవ్వాలి. అదేవిధంగా ఆర్ఎల్ వేరియబుల్ అయితే, సో లోడ్ రెసిస్టెంట్ వేరియబుల్ అయినప్పుడు ఆర్ఎల్ మ్యాక్సిమం కరెంట్ ఫ్లో అవ్వాలి. సో దట్ మీన్స్ వాట్? సో హియర్ వాట్ we taken, it will be load or voltage. Suppose RL వేరియబుల్ అయినప్పుడు, సో హియర్ మ్యాక్సిమం కరెంట్, సో ఐఎల్ మినిమం ఉంది అంటే ఏమో ఐజెడ్ మ్యాక్సిమం ఉంది. 10 మెంబర్స్ వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు 9 మెంబర్స్ ఇక్కడ మ్యాక్సిమం వస్తే మినిమం వస్తున్నారు అంటే నథింగ్ బట్, సో ఆర్ఎల్ ఇది ఓపెన్ అయింది అనుకోండి. సో ఓపెన్ అయినప్పుడు మనకి టోటల్ మ్యాక్సిమం ఇక్కడికే వచ్చేస్తారు అంటే ఐజెడ్ మ్యాక్సిమం అన్నప్పుడు ఐఎల్ మినిమం. సో ఆర్ఎల్ మినిమం ఉండాలి అంటే ఐఎల్ మ్యాక్సిమం ఉండాలి, ఐజెడ్ మినిమం ఉండాలి. సో ఐఎల్లో 9 వచ్చారనుకోండి, ఐజెడ్ ఎంత ఉంటుంది? 1. సో అప్పుడేమి we want to find in maximum current. Suppose they given to us so this will be vary. I will draw again. Suppose before load is variable, now V in is vary. At that time what happened? So this is RL, VZ, IL, IZ. So this is RS. So this will be vary. Input voltage V. సో ఇది V మినిమం ఉన్నప్పుడు కరెంట్ మినిమం ఫ్లో అవుతుంది. సో ఐజెడ్ మినిమం వస్తుంది. సో ఆర్ఎల్ ఫిక్స్డ్గా ఇచ్చి V ఇన్పుట్ చేంజ్ చేస్తే దెన్ అట్ దట్ టైమ్ we want to find out I minimum is equal to V in minimum minus Vz by Rs. So supply current I maximum is equal to V in maximum minus Vz by Rs. I equal to V by R. So that voltage is V in minimum minus Vz. Suppose it is maximum, V in maximum minus Vz by Rs. So we want to find out Iz maximum. At that time, what is the formula for I maximum minus IL? So now, in case of breakdowns, two types of breakdowns are there. GNR breakdown and avalanche breakdown. GNR breakdown and avalanche breakdown. What is the difference of GNR breakdown and avalanche breakdown? GNR breakdown and avalanche breakdown. So when GNR breakdown takes place, when avalanche breakdown takes place. So GNR breakdown takes place highly doped diodes, where highly doped diodes at that time GNR breakdown occurs. Lightly doped diodes, avalanche breakdown occurs. So highly doped means what happened when we take PN junction, highly doped, taken as reverse bias, E is equal to dV by dx. Apply reverse voltage. The width of the region reduces because of highly doped. What is electric force E? dV by dx. It has high electrical intensity. Because of that, it ruptured the covalent bonds. It ruptured the covalent bonds. Here, lightly doped, distance is large. So it cannot produce high intensity because distance is large. Okay, so in this, breakdown is due to direct rupturing of covalent bonds. In GNR breakdown, breakdown is due to direct rupturing of covalent bonds. In this, due to avalanche multiple of minority carriers. So here, breakdown takes place due to avalanche multiple of minority carriers. Avalanche multiple of minority carriers. Here breakdown is takes place. So what is meant by avalanche? Suppose so మంచు కొండలు ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, it will not come single, it will be cumulated. సో బాహుబలి సినిమాలో మొత్తం క్యుములేట్ అయ్యి ఆ కొండలంతా పడతాయి చూడండి. సో ఇన్ దట్ వే, సో ఇట్ విల్ బి క్యుములేటెడ్. సో దట్స్ వై ఇట్ ఈస్ avalanche multiple of minority carriers. Because of that, breakdown is takes place. So when it is below 6 volts, that is called below 6 volts GNR breakdown occurs. Above 6 volts avalanche breakdown is occurs. It is a negative temperature coefficient of resistance. It is a positive temperature coefficient of resistance. So it is also called field ionization. It is also called field ionization. So it is called impact ionization. So strike to another. So that's why it is called impact ionization. So this mechanism is also called as tunneling mechanism. So Zener breakdown mechanism is also called as tunneling mechanism. So according to Zener diode problem, a Zener diode circuit shown in figure is knee current of 5 milliamperes, maximum allowed power dissipation 300 milliwatts. What is the minimum and maximum load currents? Load currents to maintain V naught is 6 volts. To maintain V naught is 6 volts. So the diagram is V in is 9 volts. Zener voltage is 6 volts. So this is V naught. So what we want to find out? IL maximum, IL minimum. How much IL maximum and IL minimum? So when KVL apply, what is the current formula? I is equal to V in minus Vz by Rs. What is the V in voltage? 9 volts minus 6 volts by 50. How much? 3 by 50. So you have to find out the current. Iz minimum is equal to, they give a knee means minimum current 5 milliamperes. So what is the formula for that? IL maximum is equal to I minus Iz minimum. Find out this one. So here you have to find out the current. So that one implement here. You get IL maximum. What is the IL minimum? So IL minimum. How can you find out IL minimum? When you find out the Iz maximum, then only you find out. How can you find out Iz maximum? Power dissipation. They given to us the data, power dissipation, Vz into Iz maximum. So according to this, you have to be find out. So power dissipation is 300, Vz is 6 volts. So you have to find out Iz maximum. So same way, IL minimum is equal to I minus Iz maximum. So you have to be what you find out the value, substitute, and you get the IL minimum value.